Hello, this is Dr. Wilkinson again. I've got another subassembly completed, and it's this what's called a top roller. It's this right up here at the top of the inclined conveyor, and here's a more close-up subsystem only picture of it. It's got 12 tooth sprockets and a belt, if you want to call it that. Here's another view of the same subassembly. So let's maybe leave that and let's talk about details of the subassembly. Here is the subassembly itself. Try to get it better in my view than I've been doing lately. Now here's the belt that's on it. I'm missing about 5 links to complete that, and I'll take it off here for our purposes of demonstration. But this is a free spinning 12-tooth sprocket. This is a 12-tooth sprocket tied to a drive sprocket, also 12-tooth. And this drive sprocket feeds off from the inclined elevator or conveyor. Remember this 6-tooth sprocket here that has a simple roller chain that goes between here and that 12-tooth sprocket there. So in fact, in my subassembly here, that top roller sits out here, if that's any help. But now let's get into the details here. This is 2 pieces of 1 by 2 by 1 channel. These are 1 1/2 inch standoffs, and I had to use a 1 1/2 inch screw with a head cut off to provide a threaded rod to bridge between the two and provide an axle for this free spinning sprocket here. Then there are lock nuts at the end of that to lock that threaded rod into the standoff at a fixed distance. So this remains a nice constant gap between here, not bind up the wheel. And in the end, the standoff is just a standard screw through the center hole. Through the center hole, that spot right in there. I need a better way to point to that. It's that screw you can see right there. Let's go there. Let's stop with that. Let's go to the other sprocket on the other end. It's kind of busy with, sorry for my phone, it's kind of busy with spacers to position the sprockets in the right place. In each case there's a washer at each end of the plastic spacer where it contacts the metal channel. Washer there and a washer there. Otherwise there's no need for washers. There's 3 1/2 inch long spacers here. This is a typical small square shaft clamping collar. This is a 1/2 inch spacer. This is an 1/8 inch spacer. I'm going to get it's an 1/8 inch spacer close up there, and a 1/2 inch spacer, and then the collar again I talked about, and the 3 1/2 inch spacers here, and a washer out there. On this side, it's just a 1/8 inch spacer and a washer. And that brings this sprocket fairly close to this channel, but not too close for the chain to get by. That's the key. Now I did put locking collars on the outside ends of the shaft on this side and on this side. That locks the spacing or the separation of the channels on this end to match the spacing on this end. If you notice the alignment, the sprockets are nicely aligned with each other. A couple of other details here in this unit. There's 4 of these half-inch standoffs plus quarter-inch spacer. These are set up to be connections as to how this is connected to the rest of the structure. We'd have to look. I don't know if you can see particularly well, but they are probably 3-inch standoffs. Yeah, 3-inch standoffs like this, with ends like I did on this piece right here. This kind of remove the set screw from the shaft clamping collar, and then put a threaded rod, 832 threaded rod between the collar and the standoff. Some of those connecting threaded rods are an example like this. These are 1-inch long sometimes, and I've got some half-inch long stock. But as I commented here, I had to actually take a 1 1/2-inch screw to have enough length of thread in the standoff plus length to provide the span needed for the nuts and sprocket. Okay, and so there's again 2 here on this side for those supports, connections to the rest of the vehicle. 2 more on this side, so it's like on my 4-legged attachment thing. And then we've got these things out front. These will be extending towards the goal post. Get my camera pointing in the right direction. There's 1 on each side. These are simple 6-hole strap. It's a 1-hole wide flat piece of material. This is a 4-hole long 1x1 angle. That gives us everything in this assembly. Like I say, here's the chain, their belt used, and I need like 5 more pieces if Mr. Nachman happens to have them, or if you guys happen to have them. I think that covers it. Take care, guys. Again, always happy to hear your progress and your problems. My email is aw@chaff.biz. Best. Take care, guys.